So today I'm in Brantford, Ontario, Canada, home of the Personal Computing Museum, a nondescript building filled with a whole bunch of computers. A lot of things from the past that are kind of forgotten, and a lot of things that really should be remembered. But the thing I'm going to be going in there to take a look at today is the Commodore 64 release of Canabalt. You know, that game that everybody plays on iPhones and Flash? Well, they released that game in 2011 on the Commodore 64. Let's have a look.
Canabalt is an endless runner, which is a game where you can run forever and try, at least as long as you can, to not die. Originally released in 2009, Canabalt got really popular on the internet and eventually made its way to various operating systems and devices. But in 2011, I believe Canabalt was ported to the most interesting platform since its inception, the Commodore 64. Ported by Paul Collar, Canabalt 64 saw an official release as a cartridge, which is what you see me playing right now on an actual real Commodore 64. Sure, it doesn't seem that impressive at first, it pretty much looks like a faithful port, right? But that's why this is so cool. In 2009, Canabalt could be played on websites through Flash, which is a piece of software that is mostly used for games and animations. And at the time, Flash required a 2.33 GHz single-core 32-bit processor to run, with at least 128 megabytes of RAM. That's not even taking into consideration that Canabalt itself might not have even run properly with just the base requirements. So, why is that so interesting? Well, the Commodore 64, it doesn't even come close to those specs. With an 8-bit microprocessor running at just over 1 MHz, plus the amount of RAM serving as the device's namesake at just 64 kilobytes, the Commodore 64 is drastically underpowered when compared to what Canabalt would have originally needed to run. So what you're looking at here is simply remarkable. Though this version does take some shortcuts, the tweaks and alterations to its visuals and sounds do not harm the experience. This is still very much the same game that fans of the original have come to love. If you're a fan of vintage computer hardware and have the means to get this to run, I can't recommend Canabalt 64 enough. The fact that this port of the game can run as fast as it does without stuttering or slowing down on this hardware is simply amazing. It's really something special, totally worth a play.